So, therefore, though that we have a national flag called the Moroccan flag, and we have also a seal called the Great Seal Pyramid on it with God's eye inside of it, a seal that has not been used. Now, that seal was based on an agreement back then, or a contract called the Morocco Treaty. This allowed America to be able to do international trade. That's why you will only see that seal, the pyramid, on the dollar bill or the international building dealing with international trade and commerce. So the international treaty, the Morocco Treaty, was basically to make sure those of us that were enslaved in America would only go another 50 years, which was extended, which came about to about 1865, you know, cut and paste a couple of years in between. And also that treaty also was to be perpetual, to always be in existence, which it is today. If you look that up on the internet, the treaty is still in effect. But because we call ourselves out of our names, you know, as you know, back then we call ourselves Negro, then we call ourselves colored, then we call ourselves African, then we call ourselves Afro-American, then African American. These are different terms and titles that are given to us that are actually adjectives, but these hold no legal or lawful position in the courtroom or in or any type of legal or litigation. Therefore, we have to begin to understand, as your status as a person, once you are born, who are you? Now, of course, if you have a nation, they want to know, are you a subject or are you a citizen? Now, in 1865, we were taught that we were supposedly free. We got 40 acres and a mule. You know, as we know today, most of us do not have that. We have a lot of mortgages, a lot of bling bling, a lot of money, but we have no institutions in industry. We did not get the 40 acres and a mule. So what did they do? They killed Lincoln, who was also a high Mason. They had to kill that aspect off, and it had to be replaced with what we call the 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment. Amendment means, in Black's Law Dictionary, something that is added on and something that can be taken away. The first 7 articles stands the most lawful position, even more so than a constitution, because con means with, institution. The institution is the articles. You know, the 7 articles in the preamble in which we said, we the people. You know, so in the 13th Amendment it says, basically, you are free unless you are subject of a crime. The question is, what is a crime? You have 3 different jurisdictions. You have admiralty jurisdiction, and you also have common law jurisdiction, you have civil jurisdiction. Civil jurisdiction has nothing to do with this at this time because that's dealing with contracts and business. Maritime jurisdiction deals with international law. Common law jurisdiction deals with the common land, the common man, and common woman. You know, therefore, in the 13th Amendment, it says that you are subject to a crime. The question is, what is a crime? In common law, the only crime is if you harm someone or you damage somebody's property. What they have came about with is what they call today statute jurisdiction, which is supposed to be in harmony with common law, but if you don't know that, it's a game in the court. And 14th Amendment said that we were citizens, but if you read in Black's Law Dictionary, it says, 14th Amendment, you are citizens subject to the state and federal jurisdictions, which there's no such a thing. Remember, there's only common law and maritime law jurisdictions. So the term subject to in Black's Law Dictionary, if you put it in your internet search engine or look it up in a book, subject to means subservient, subordinate, submissive. Now, what kind of citizen is that? What are you submissive to? You know, Jim Crow laws. So now today we have an issue with the Voting Rights Act, which is the 15th Amendment. We need to give them back the 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment, thank them for getting us to this point. But to be with nations around the planet Earth, we do need to have our own flag and our own seal, which we do have. But until we do our own study and come about with our own research, you know, we will also always rather be slaves of others. It's an old saying, if you are not governed, if you do not have your own governed, someone will find the time to govern you. And that's where we are today as so-called African Americans. Until we get our nationality back, our national flag, and our seal as a people, as other nations do, we will continue to be subject to the jurisdiction to whatever they feel like. So until next time, shalom alaikum. Peace be unto you.